Yeah. We don't see for the other room.
Adio. We will, definitely.
Yeah, so
how are you doing? How are the kids?
everyone is fine. Doing all right.
Working, call.
We're still the manager.
Have you guys finally gone on strike?
No, not yet. Still negotiating.
So how are you doing? Okay.
Doing all right.
Okay.
Are we live now?
Yeah.
The intro?
Yeah, the intro is coming shortly. Okay, I had it up actually. All right, Winnie.
Hi. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Oche Kitchen Discussions. Sorry, we're starting late. OJ is just trying to come on board, and we have to excuse IJ for obvious reasons. Ifoma and I will anchor today's program. So, Ify, say hello to them.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. It's been a dull moment for us in the past 2 weeks. We lost one of our brothers. Yes, because we're sisters. Our siblings are all well connected. We're all siblings. IJ lost her older brother. So she's not been very happy. We're not happy either. But life happens, and may his soul rest in peace. Amen.
Okay. Thank you so much for that.
Really, obviously, your tips, your financial tips will be about what's going on, the hike in prices and everything.
I'm not even going to talk about that one, I beg.
Like Nigeria, not just in Nigeria anyway. Financial situation is just rough everywhere.
On that note, I'll go to my financial advice. Please, one note: never be ashamed to move back home. Be ashamed to move back home to help you get on your feet financially. 2, never be ashamed of doing an honest job that, even though it doesn't pay well, but takes care of your bills.
That's correct.
3, never be pressured to live a certain lifestyle that you can't afford, because at the end of the day, now your pockets will fill and pass.
True.
4, never borrow to maintain your lifestyle or save face, because when you are down, all those people you were trying to impress will take off and shut you out.
Thank you.
All in all, just do you, because onyo mera marala.
Yes, so.
So
no.
I'm telling you. So on that note, I go straight to our topic today, which is choosing a partner. Finding the right partner sometimes feels like a whole lot of work. There are so many moving parts to a relationship: attractiveness, trust, honesty, communication, intimacy, sex life, and so on. That it may feel like there's no hope in finding a partner that you can spend the rest of your life with. We look outward to the world and hope we can find someone to complete us, rather than looking inward at ourselves and making ourselves whole first. With that being said, this brings me to my first question. What do we look for? Or what do we look out for in choosing a partner? Does anybody want to take that?
Faith is itching to say something. Faith, go take it.
Okay. Faith? Faith, are you
Hello?
there?
I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. So what do you look out for in choosing a partner? You're mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear
me?
you.
Okay.
Yes.
This topic is very, very interesting for me because I have, how I put it, over time, I've seen a lot of that has happened to people, relationships, even among the younger ones, and all that. For me, choosing a life partner, normally friendship first, friendship, then God-fearing, respectful, so someone that is respectful, then one very important thing that a lot of people miss is that when the money. So before this meeting, I was discussing with a former, is that I always choose somebody who is very, very enterprising. It's not about money first. Good family background is important. Very, very. Let's don't miss that. No, but once she's an enterprise or he is enterprising, for me, enterprising, are their prospects, is she intelligent? Is she knowledgeable? Is she a hustler? There are little things you watch in somebody, It's not about, okay, she has money or she's from a very wealthy home. Well, if you go into it because of all these things, the marriage will crash. It won't last long, and at the end of the day, she will insult you because you got to do that marriage with some things. You expose yourself with time. You can't hide it. Now, years ago, I was in the office in Nigeria working, and I just realized that a lot of younger people, like 27, 26, 20, I had them as colleagues. I discussed with them in the lunchroom. They said, God, if you must have a job, be first thing first. A lady told me that if her brother is getting married to a girl and the girl doesn't have a job, that she would tell the brother she won't come for the wedding. I was like, God, so she must have a job first. I said, no, things have changed among these younger people. My wife never had a job when I'm married out. But 6 months after we married, she got a job. So what I'm trying to say, you must see some things in a person, some qualities, not just money, wealth, and all that. That's all I have to say. But people don't see all those things. They look at the picture, the face, what they can get. Oh man, see the ride. I mean, see the house, see the dad has this, the brother is a doctor in the UK, in Canada. They see all those things in place, good family, and they but you check those things. Don't mind from a very poor background. It's not that and all that. Yeah, don't when you don't. You know what I mean? There's some things you see in the yeah. But look at the person you are getting married to. Can the person stand the test of time? That's for me. Very important too. I don't joke with that.
Okay. Everybody and their own preference.
Yeah, sure.
What is good for the goose is equally good for the gander. For you, those are things you look out for. For another person, just like you said, might be a total opposite of what you just said.
Sure.
You said
I met people now.
Come from a good family, God-fearing and all of that. Like you said, some other person might be looking at like you're looking at, oh, everything is wealth. People are more concerned about does she have a good job? She has to be well off and everything.
Sure. You're right. And
that's not somebody's top-notch priority. My
you're right.
girl has to be that.
You're
if it's
right.
not that, and, can't go below that standard, you know.
You're right. And even the wealthy people, the big names, they marry among themselves. You can't
exactly.
You know, you can't go to a family and okay, they are good for home, good family, they have good job. No, you must marry a name. You know, and so
like somebody said, they know they carry good character for face, they waka.
Not at all.
You know, so different strokes for different folks.
Exactly, different strokes for different folks. So, Izu, do you have anything to chip in
about choosing a partner? Right? What was your
the question? Yeah, what's the question?
Yes. What do you look out for in choosing a partner?
Well, I look out for so many things. It seems as if I'm greedy. I know the first thing every woman will say, God-fearing. Yes, that's acceptable, God-fearing, because when you're God-fearing, it stops you. It inhibits you from doing a lot of things, you know?
Yeah.
So I look out for a man who is God-fearing, at least. For the fear of God in him will make him, you know, not to behave in certain ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he must be very presentable.
Okay.
Yeah. I know that all that. How do they say that?
Sorry to cut you short. Say presentable. That's physically.
Yeah, I was trying to analyze it, you know. But like they say, it's not all that glitters is good. I've just come to realize that. Wow. So when I mean presentable, at least physically, the person has to be it for me. When I say it, at least when I look at the person, you know. I appreciate what God has given me. So no, we're being honest here now. Like I said, yeah. But sometimes, you know, he doesn't have to be very Mr. Handsome, because he gets handsome with time, with you, characters, attitude, you know, his values. It makes him look handsome. You see inwardly. You don't see that physical, like Faith said. You know, that's what matters in choosing a partner. Somebody who understands you is very, very important.
Very important.
Your weaknesses, you know, your shortcomings. Because sometimes you see in relationships, you've chosen a partner and along the line, you find out that, oh, this is not what I chose. She's like this, she's like that. You start regretting, the fights start coming in. But okay, why don't you try to see if you can make that person, mold the person into what you want, cajole the person. I'm coming.
No.
I know
that's
you
really
say something.
No, Winnie, let's not jump in. Let's let that land.
Hear me out.
I disagree with you anyway, Sha, for you though. But for me, I disagree.
When I say mold the person, you can have a talk, you can discuss it. You understand? If you're accusing your wife of being a very wicked person, being that's why you're not showing her love, compassion. There's some things that you complain about a woman, but the woman doesn't know it. Or you're being hostile to the woman. So if you talk about it, the woman will know where you're coming from. That's my aspect of molding. I'm not saying that you should mold the woman to become a drunk.
Can I?
Do you get what I mean?
Something? Yeah. Can I add something?
Go ahead.
What I'm saying is that as you just spoke now, is that once you are friends with the person, first thing first, become friends. From friendship, you will know little things that you can't tolerate and things you can tolerate. That will help you to
understanding.
Faith, but you know that some people are good at pretending.
Yeah, so some people can pretend, but how long?
For some women and some men, they can pretend.
We can pretend forever, yes.
Let them come in first. Then
I know.
That's why after everything, you now start seeing somebody saying, "Oh,
you're right.
When we were dating, he was not like this, or he wasn't like that."
I won't argue. You're right. But people, when they enter, you see the true element. I won't argue on that.
That's why I said, but you still have to talk.
So coming back to the question, what do you look for in choosing a partner? Are you trying to tell me that we look out for somebody who will not pretend? How would you know? What are we looking out for?
Okay. No,
From my perspective, over the years, with age and experience, things changed from my end. When I was younger, I will tell you that what I would look out for is somebody who is kind. I like seeing kind people who think about other people, who are not selfish. That's very important to me. But I know that is not enough in a relationship, because the person's kindness might not play a vital role in the relationship you have. And I now know that you have to think about what would work for you as a person and the person you're in relationship with, rather than what the person can do out there. Because when I talk about kindness, genuinely, the kindness I was looking out for in people I mingle with is not even for me. Not people that dash me things or give me things. People that have good hearts that can willingly help people. So it's a foolish way of choosing a partner, knowing what I know today. So I think if, as an adult, I think the key things is somebody you share the same values with. It's very, very important. When I mean the values, it wouldn't be the same upbringing, because I've had an argument with somebody who thinks upbringing matters. No, there are people who were not brought up the same way as yourself, but life experience have taught them to behave similar to you. That thinks, oh, it's my upbringing, maybe because I grew up in an educated home, that's why I talk this way, or that's where I behave this way. There are people who were not brought up in an educated home, but they've learned to behave accordingly in that other way. So sharing the same value, and again, that level of understanding, we agree, we do accept that this is a standard. Some of us are overboard, or some people are, like they call them OCDs and all, but at least let there be that general consensus that this is the standard. For example, in terms of, like, let's say cleanliness, this is a standard, not that you're going over, because these are little things, but they still matter and they still create problems. Just sharing the same value is important. Having that compatibility is important as well. I know there's a huge debate about sex checking for the right sex partner being a key thing in relationships. I still do not hold that at 100%. I do not hold it at 100%. It is key, but it's not in the top of the hierarchy for me. So sharing the same value is very important. Hardworking, again, I think every other thing I may talk about, or most of the things I might talk about, fits into that value. It's a value for some people to be hardworking, to make sure that I always fend for myself. I won't be lazy. If this way is not working, I'll try this other way as in legal ways. It's a value. And some people have that value that it doesn't matter. Must I work? I can always beg people. People will always give you, no matter. So the key for me is sharing that same value. And every other thing can be managed. But I beg to disagree that if you find a Mr. Right, you make them Mr. Wrong, you shift them to the right. You try to mold or try to talk to get somebody to change. I totally disagree. It hasn't worked from so many indications. I don't think so. But again,
so when you talk about your problems, that's what I was trying to say about understanding.
I know.
That's my point of being more. That's my point of molding, because
I understand what you mean, Izu.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
It might work for Izu if she can mold her
somebody.
Partner. Yes, it can work for her. We all have different opinions and different views as how we see what we look out for in choosing a partner. That might be working for her.
Yeah.
So okay. Say that it doesn't work, or is a no or whatever. It might be working for her.
Some people. So,
or for some people, yes. Please, I would like to hear Ataibo's opinion. Please. I've been longing for that.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
What I wanted then and what I want now are very different. When I wanted them was someone taller than me because I'm quite short, so I didn't want to have a couple of children.
Tall, dark, handsome.
Tall, dark, and handsome. So I didn't want children close to the floor.
Now
it was all right, And you see, this God-fearing thing, we confuse it with people being religious.
Yeah.
You can be religious and not God-fearing, and that's what I got. That's what I got. We were friends and we chatted, but I took a lot of things for granted. So I didn't have a list of what I would like. We got on. We were friends. In my head, it was God-fearing. We'll work together and everything, but it didn't work out that way. If I have to choose a partner now, then I'll have a more concrete list. You got to be, because one thing I've learned as an adult was as an older woman now is that you can be independent and still feminine. I was independent and I have it. I don't need anybody. I don't need this. I can do this for myself and blah blah blah. But now I know that though I have it, somebody else can do for me too.
Yes.
I don't have to do for you all the time. So now I see somebody, we chat, we talk. You must be doing something. I don't want somebody that's a student at 60. Why? When are you going to practice this thing or read it? Don't be going to school at 60. No. I don't mind if you're cleaning the street, you're earning money. You can take me to McDonald's. I want that. I want you to take me out. I want you to be outgoing. I want you to be able to have discussions. I want you. I don't care about how you look anymore because I'm not having any more children. So if you like me 2 feet 3, that's your own wala. I just want somebody that can make me laugh, that we can talk about lots of things. All that I find out that God-fearing God-fearing, having money, whatever, all those things, is between you and God. I can't help you. It's between you and God, because you can quote the Bible from Genesis to Revelation and you're still a bad person. So if you're saying those things because that's what I want to hear, that's what you will tell me because that's what I want to hear. But it's the relationship between you and God. Make me happy, make me smile. Be somebody I can call. I can say, I have this problem. Let's talk about it. Even if you don't have the answer, you can get someone that can get the answer or something. So I don't want as much as I wanted earlier, but I definitely know what I want now. That's the difference. I can be independent and feminine, and I keep telling that to women day in, day out. You can be independent but still be feminine. Let the man be the man.
Thanks, Auntie, have you found out that when people are aware of what they want or how to choose something, they won't have the opportunity to choose it anymore? There won't be any time for them to choose because you're already.
No, there's always time. Just that you're not as fussed about getting it anymore. It's not a big deal.
Then again, some just like you said, people always, what you want and all that. There are some people who are always making the same mistake, choosing should I use the word toxic partner over and over and over again.
Because it's easier.
He was beating you in this relationship. You move to another relationship. You choose the same type of person.
Winnie, you're going into the number 2 question. Wait, let me ask so you can talk about it. Auntie, what's your view about good family background? Do you think it's important?
It is important. It's not the end all of be all of it, but it's very important because I found out that I'll just use myself as an example. I like using myself as an example. When I was going to get married, my husband said to me before we got married, he said, I like your family and I want my family to be like yours. And what he didn't understand that we worked hard to be where we were. It wasn't given to us. We worked hard to be so he didn't have the energy to put in that work to be what we were. He just thought he would just come in there, bam. Once he says, I want this is what I want, this is what I will get. So if you have and sometimes I found that if you come from a different family background from your partners and you prefer have family background to your family background, you've got to make a conscious effort. It's hard because remember you got 10, 12, 20 years, 30 years of living in a certain way. It's hard work on your part. So it's easier said than done. So if somebody wants to do it, you can help them. But when people start saying, oh, you're talking down to me because you speak words I don't understand. You are using because I use fork to eat rice. I use a spoon. You're laughing at me because I'm using spoon. It's it causes a lot of problems, So it's something that is hard work. It does make a lot of difference. It is hard work because I found that most of my friends I've had like for 20, 30 years, we've got very similar backgrounds, and that's why we're still friends till today.
Yeah. So sharing same value, goes back
same
to that.
value, same upbringing, sometimes same schools, same that parents did the same thing. So it's just the norm. So we don't have to pretend, we don't have to try to be. That's who we are. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Then Winnie, let me go to the next question, because you were gradually, it's natural anyway. One would drift to the next. Can your dating pattern affect your choice of a partner, future partner? Winnie, yes. Then tell us what we were saying earlier.
My dating pattern.
Pattern, yeah. P-A-T-T-E-R-N. Your style of dating,
It can
would it affect your choice of the next partner, choosing a partner?
Yes, if you are accustomed to a particular type of person or relationship or whatever, there's every tendency that even if that relationship ends and you're moving to the next one, you're equally looking for what you were getting in the previous relationship, and so on and so forth. Like I was saying earlier, some people, they are in a toxic relationship and then they make all this fuss about, he was hitting me, he was beating me. Funny enough, they leave that relationship, they enter into another toxic relationship because that's what they are accustomed to. That's what they like. But they come to pretend to people, I don't like it, but that's what they really like. Some women like people to hit them, and then apologize. He apologized after beating me and all that. That is what they like, and that's what they are used to. So it's a pattern. It continues. It goes from one relationship again to another. And then when finally they meet a nice person who doesn't hit them, they feel like, there's something wrong with this relationship. It's not working because the person doesn't hit them. They want them to hit them or go that extra.
Winnie.
The pattern. But for me, though.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
can I add something to Winnie?
Okay.
Informer, both of you. Please, this dating pattern, can you explain it better?
You're aware of the people
exactly.
where you've performed in your previous relationship. The kind of previous relationship you've had. Would it affect?
Is it sex? Is it? I mean, because dating
it could
pattern.
Be anything that's gone into your dating or relationship.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, let me just use myself as an example. I'm used to a certain kind of relationship, and then there was a time I said, okay, let me just date outside what I am used to. I've never dated a geek before. They say opposite attract. I'm a very boisterous person and I'm all over the place. I love what I love. And if I want to have a good time, I go out, have a good time. If I want to go to a party, if I want to dance, if I want to, that's me though. So this geek, is all about the book. It's all about give me reasons why you needed to do this, that. I'm more used to all of that stuff. So it was like, it was a bit of a struggle for me. Why do you have to be outside by 10 o'clock? You're supposed to be in the house. You're supposed to be this, that. And I'm like, no, you can't mold me into what you want. And you tell me that responsible people don't stay outside by 10 o'clock? You can't mold me into what you want. I am me. You saw me like that and you liked me like that. But that relationship didn't work because it's not what I'm used to.
So why did you go into it? You wanted to try something different.
Try something different.
He may not know you stay out till 10. He just saw you and liked you.
He saw me, liked me. He said, okay, when he was taking me out by 10 o'clock, he didn't know. When we were having dinner at 10 o'clock, he didn't know. When we're going to hang out in places by 10 o'clock, he didn't know. So why did it become a problem all of a sudden? Was it in the night that he saw me too? What were you doing outside by 10 o'clock? So that's just the thing. You can't change me like that, but it didn't work. Because you can't put it into what you want.
That goes to what Izu was saying.
Exactly.
At that point, you start having a conversation, trying to explain to you, even though I took you out at 10 p.m. Now we're dating. Don't go at 10 p.m.
No. What I understood was this. You met me at night, and we used to go out by 10 o'clock and everything. Now that you have come inside, you have now brought out your true self. You don't want me. So all the time that we were on the chasing phase, you were pretending.
You were going out together. That's the point. You went alone, stayed out alone, 10 p.m. So explain where you were. You had a dating night. Maybe you went for dinner or whatever. That may be the point. I won't say that's the point. That may be the point. You have to understand him. It's not about you being out at 10 o'clock with him. It's about you going alone, coming out late in the night. That's the point you want to know.
But you know, my friends, while I'm on that party or out or whatever, you're always on video call with me. So why are you uncomfortable with it? Why are you uncomfortable with it? But you were not uncomfortable. But you were not uncomfortable with it when we were doing it. You understand? Okay, when we are together, you take me out by 10 o'clock and we come back by 1. We can go to the cinema by 12, stay there till 3 a.m. It's not a problem for you. Then if a friend of mine has something that she's doing and I need to go for that, and you now start reminding me, oh, a responsible woman is not supposed to be out by 10 o'clock.
That's crazy. I said
it doesn't make any sense. You see what I'm talking about? And then you be on the phone with me or on video call with me till I leave that place. Nah. So what I'm saying is, show me who you are. If you're not comfortable from it right from the start, let me know you're not comfortable with it right from the start. Know when the relationship has progressed, then you now unfold a new what word should I use? A new personality to me, which will now be alien. Then it now starts looking as if I'm being controlled. You know, I'm being controlled, and I don't like that. So it was the one time I went outside what I always date. I tried an opposite of what I was used to, and I found out it didn't work. It didn't work at all.
Yeah. So Faith, rephrasing that question, it could be read as could your previous relationship affect future relationship?
Yeah. No, but it's a dating pattern. A dating pattern can affect the relationship. So my previous relationships could have affected this because there's a dating pattern already in place that I like.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
That I like and I'm used to, right? But because this is not the pattern that I'm used to, maybe that's why it never worked.
Okay.
So my dating pattern affected that relationship, and I'm not blaming myself though at all.
Okay. Aija, I can see your hair. Can you talk? Did you get the question? Thanks for joining us. I think it's frozen. Okay, Faith, do you have anything to add to that question?
I mean, she said everything.
Actually, Faith, yeah, let me help you if you're struggling with that. You know, it's very common. It's not, let me just, for the sake of my conversation now, men will tell you, I have my spec.
Yeah.
And apart from spec, as in personality spec, yeah,
you know what?
Just use personality spec now, not the physique. Yeah.
This topic is good, but when you guys are not on live stream, then I can be free to say a lot of things. Okay.
Hey, okay, your pardon. Even though people can't see your face, but they can see the name.
Yeah. Pardon me for that. I'll tell you guys.
Repet just joined us. Repet. There's something wrong with your connection, I think. Repet, do you want to answer this question?
Mute.
Yeah.
I'll mute it now.
Can I get a question over? I just good evening.
Okay, AJ, we'll come back to you again. Repeat, yeah, we're talking about choosing a partner, things to consider. And the second question is actually before you came in, we talked about the first question: what do you look for in choosing a partner? Now, second one, we're talking about can your dating pattern affect your choice of a partner?
Okay. Thank you for this wonderful one. What do you look for when you're looking for a partner, really? I think the often varies. As a young woman, I know what I was looking for in a partner was different from what I was looking for in a partner. I became an established bachelor out of him, and then now, if I were to look, I think for men, how the partners they look out for are determined. So, what would I look out for a partner? I'll look out for somebody who wouldn't stress me ordinarily, who would probably complement my life pattern, my career choice, meant me as in on the home side, help me raise children that I probably say, okay, because I'm talking as a father now. I couldn't have been saying this when I was a young man in university.
So how would you know? How would you know? How would you know by looking at a woman that they could help you raise a child? What would they do?
No. First thing is attraction, physical attraction first.
Okay.
Then you're attracted and you get that by we've had like 3 outings, you'll be able to pick up brains from steady conversation, you'll be able to say, oh, this is how this person thinks. And men, I don't think you should just go in and just.
I think there's a problem with the connection there.
This is how this person.
Okay,
I don't think you should just go in and just one person. If you have multiple dates and then the requirement for who you think could help you raise kids, in say, how do you know? On the first day, there's no video dating. Over, she's quite.
Okay. Do you mind if the person does not have a job? Robert, okay. I think we've lost him for now. IJ, if you're free to talk.
Do you lost?
Now, Robert's connection. Hi, Ben. Welcome.
Ben.
Yeah, IJ, go ahead.
Okay.
Your dating pattern affect your choice of a partner.
Like the middle of meeting, I say you get
I don't think it should affect it because if you have a dating partner, when you're going to choose a new person, you still look for someone that will fit into your dating lifestyle, isn't it?
Okay, so yeah, it will affect it. Yeah. So you wouldn't go for anybody because you know your partner, you know the way you want.
But sometimes this thing called relationship is unpredictable. Do you understand? Sometimes you're not even looking out for anything, and you see somebody and you just like the person. Is it that if you like the person, you adapt to the person's style?
Something different.
Yes.
And whatever you see,
you take it. First of all, let the attraction, let the love be there, and every other thing.
Okay, so like the question, what do you look for in choosing a partner? So love is one of the things you look for in choosing a partner.
Oh
then.
yes,
absolutely.
Love. You choose someone you don't love.
I think you're the only person that talked about love. Nobody has ever said love when they're choosing.
No, I'm very romantic, so love is one of it for me.
But the issue,
I can add love, but love
here,
is distant for me.
Yeah, the issue here is you are not the one that is supposed to love. It's the man that is supposed to love.
Both is supposed to love. Both is supposed to love.
No. He's the man.
That is your own reasoning. For me, if I don't love someone, I can't even stay
the man is the man doing us a favor, doing the woman a favor?
Exactly.
No, that is you thinking that way. At this age of my life, I've tested relationship. For me, love must be there. I have to have that love too.
No, I'm asking Ben. He said it's the man who is supposed to love. I'm asking, is he doing the woman a favor?
Zuchis, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that the woman is not supposed to love, but the person that should have the should I say the greater percentage of love is the man.
Okay, now that is better to say greater percentage, but not that
where
you put it initially.
It doesn't mean you should not feel something. Feel something for him or not. Why?
Yeah. Why should he have a greater percentage?
Okay, my direction might be different from any other person's direction. The Bible says, "Man, love thy wife." It never says, "Woman, love thy." It never says, "A woman, love thy husband." He said, "Man, love thy wife as Christ loved the church."
Okay.
So
well, let me comment
you can give yourself for her in anything. If I have that much love, so much love for you, I can give anything for you.
So what if she doesn't love you like that? What happens?
You said?
No.
You said?
No, but if for a woman to submit, there must be love. Good. So they don't need to pronounce it. For a woman to submit to a man, there must be love. It takes love for you to submit.
So that's my direction.
I disagree with that.
I don't buy into that.
Which is okay. Go ahead.
The submission part.
Okay.
That's why.
Let's go to the third question. Then we'll come back to that.
Let me go to the third question. Is it good to listen to people's advice when choosing a partner?
Is it good to do what?
Can I go with that? Can I go with that?
A partner.
Can I try to answer that? It's never good to listen to anybody's advice when you are choosing.
I agree with that. It's all about you.
One, the person advising you might have issues with her, and he's advising you or she's advising you in line with the whatever he or she has with her. It's not telling you the truth. It's for you during your courtship or whatever time you people met. It's for you to know whether she's the right person for you. Can both of us communicate? Can both of us agree on things without quarrel? So if some other person is advising you, I don't think it's on that person's opinion. You have to make the decision whether you want that lady or not. Let me give you an instance. When I was dating my wife, people around me in church told me so much things. But I told them, see, that's your opinion. Whatever you think you are telling me, she has already told me all of them. So you saw the angle where they came from. I said, whatever you are saying, she has already told me everything I know about it. So it's not a topic to me. It's not an issue to me. So leave that angle. So it's better you that wear the shoe make the decision. Because tomorrow, if some other person makes that decision for you, you are going to blame the person for life. Whatever you see in it, you should be bold. You should be man enough to handle this whatever situation. It's your choice. When I was about to marry, I told my father and mother, I said, you don't have a say in whomever I'm going to get married to. All I need from you is simple. Whomever I bring to you, accept her as you accepted me. Love her. That's it. Don't say anything. Don't tell me where you are not supposed to go to this direction to marry, or you're not supposed to do. It's my choice, not your choice. So for me, let nobody advise you. Advise yourself. For me,
that's because you are the one wearing the shoe, and should know when it's raining.
So, all right, can I say something, Ben? When you say a total no to advice in choosing a partner, do you agree? Because I know you're a traditional person on experience, advising people based on experience. Do you agree with that? You're advising as a result of age.
Wait, you're talking about experience now. What your experience might not be my own experience.
Yeah, but that does not mean
but
that you cannot align it.
You see, you will tell me whatever you want to tell me, but I will just take it as a learning process. I will not use it to make my decision.
Good.
On that,
that's better.
But you know that people can actually say nice things about that your partner or whatever. The heart wants what it wants, quite all right. But they can actually say nice things about this person and all that, pour encomiums on that person, and you still don't want the person.
Yes, because it's you.
Exactly.
Because it's
you don't want the person.
Because it's you.
Mm-hmm.
The person is not fitting into what you want.
It's not about them. It's because for me, this issue of go and try. Don't try. You make a decision, because those days our fathers and so on, so many of them married as a result of the sister or the father said, this woman there is good. That's the person I want to marry for my son, and they lived happily. But now it's not possible.
Okay, thanks, Ben. Ati, you've been very, very quiet. Please, I need you to chip in on this question.
On the advice.
Okay, Ataibo.
Yes.
Hello, Ben.
Ataibo, agree to.
I salute back. Yeah, like Benton said, advice is for you to learn from and pick from. It doesn't. It might help you make your decision. It's up to you. There's some things you will advise somebody on. If Foma is dating a guy that wants to marry her, and I know this guy is already married, I will tell you, Foma.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling you not to marry him.
Yes.
I'm telling you that he already has a wife.
So that you know what you are going into.
So you know what you are going in for, because you might not know. Because if you knew, you won't want to marry him again.
Mm-hmm.
So there are different kinds of advice. If I say, no, he's not a good guy. Okay, why is he not a good guy? I don't know, he's not a good guy. I know that the guy doesn't give you face. That's why. So there are different kinds of advice you give people. One advice I give people that want to get married, doesn't matter what your age is, that one of the things I didn't talk about when I was getting married was finances in a relationship.
Okay.
Because I grew up seeing my father pay, my father and my mother worked. My father always paid his way, my mother paid, they paid for things. I just assumed, wrongly so, that my husband would do the same.
I did though.
But he did not. He assumed that because I was working, I was already in the country and blah, 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 I'll pay for everything. And that really hurt me a lot. I think it hurt me because I thought I felt stupid for not saying it. So I tell people in any relationship, if a relationship is getting serious, and come and tell me that I like this person, I think I like them, or I think I like him, or I think I like her, I always say, please, 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 put everything on the table.
On the table.
Talk about everything. Talk about family interference.
Everything.
Talk about money. Talk about children. Talk about this. Talk about every single thing. Nothing should be taken for granted. Nothing should be assumed, because you will, believe you me, you will get a big shock. So in that advice, I would advise things like that, but not vague advice as it's not good or she's not good. That is not advice. That is just bad belly.
It's a school of no graduation.
I'm telling you.
So Ben, what has he just said? What has he just said? Yeah. The kind of things she could say to somebody that comes to her to talk about relationship. Isn't that an advice? That's an advice.
No, a very good advice. So many people that will come to advise you on the issue of marriage will come on the wrong side. They will always tell you why you should not marry that lady or why you should not marry that man.
If it's not their candidate,
so many of those advices out of jealousy, envy.
So okay, in bottom line, you're telling us depending on the side the advice is going. If it's on the negative, discouraging you, is a no. But if it's neutral, you can take it. And if it's
neutral,
if it's favorable, you jump on it. If everybody tells you this babe is just the best in life,
whether it's even if it's favorable, I'm still the one making the final
decision.
I'm still the one making the final decision because I don't know. Yeah, go ahead, please, sir.
Okay. I'm scared we'll soon run out of time. For me, those things shouldn't really matter. What works for one person, not necessarily work for the next person. For you as an individual,
For my network is not good.
what you want to do.
Yeah, it's a poor network connection.
The poor network.
Let's honest. Okay, let me pass for this night.
Thank you for joining anyway. Thank you for making an effort.
Can you chip in on this question, please? Izu, are you still there?
Oh, yeah.
Can you chip in on this question?
About advice?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it good to listen?
Is it good to listen to people's advice?
Yeah.
When choosing a partner.
I really agree with what Ataibo said. This advice thing is ambiguous. It depends on what angle you're coming from. That's the way I see it. Yeah. Because people will advise you, they will say things, but you need to read in between the lines of what message they're trying to pass to you. You understand? If you tell me that this man is a monster, you don't know him, I will try my very best in my relationship with him to analyze it. You know, because they said that love closes up everything. It just deafens you. You don't even listen. You don't want to listen to anything. The person might be right, but just because you want to find out for yourself, because you are the one who is in that relationship. At the end of the day, if you've accepted to accept the person the way he is, you understand what I'm saying? So if you really want to know, you can analyze it for yourself. You are not just going to buy whatever that person has said about him being a monster. There's no way he won't give out. There is no way, at least he can leak out. I don't know, some people know how to pretend really, but somehow, if you look closely, you might find out one or two things about this person. Sometimes it pays to, just looking, reading between the lines, what this person is trying to say. Is the person trying to say it out of malice? Is the person trying to say it out of concern? That's the most important thing. If you're able to discern, then it works perfect. But like Ataibo said, the person you're going into a relationship, if someone has advised you, that should motivate you into talking out things. Lay everything, talk about everything. What do you think? What do you think, we're heading into? What do you think we should do in this relationship? If nothing is spared, then just think about it if it's still what you want to go for. And that's just my take on it.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Zuchi.
You're welcome.
Ify, do you have anything to chip in?
I'm taking advice. Yeah, I think everybody's leaning towards Ati. Ati said it all. They'll say, they'll tell you, bring everything on the table, which we don't do. Exactly. I had similar experience. I grew up in a family where the man took 100% charge. I automatically assumed it would be my case. Of course, it's not my case. I'm doing my bit. I'd have been happier not to do. I said it. Being a kept woman would have been interesting. But I'm working hard and I'm doing my bit, right? Okay. So if we had that discussion, probably I wouldn't be doing anything at all. I would have known to run or stay. So it's good to take advice. I am very good at giving advice, but I don't impose my advice on anybody. I'll advise, and luckily, I may not be the best relationship coach, but I have an influx of people coming to ask, what do you think? It's coming this way. So we are human beings. We talk to each other, just like me. I speak to people about things I'm not sure about. What do you think? What's your view? It helps to listen to advice. Advice is born out of people's experience. From what you don't see from your neighbor, or from family members, from yourself, from everything. So it's good for us to, it's good to listen to people's advice when.
Can I say something about what you just said?
Go ahead.
So your dad gave in 100%. Artist's father also gave, I don't know if it's 100% because she didn't mention, but he really had an input here. So now, if you don't have 100%, not you in particular, but now generally, what is the man's strength? That's what you ask. You've gone into a relationship. That brings us back to what Ati has said. Bring everything on the table. If the man does not have the strength to bring out 100%, then what? So I
You
need
help.
you.
You help us, baby.
I need you to complete. Yes, I need you to complete
that. If it's something you can meet him halfway.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's a clause to that sentence. I thought.
No, that's what she said. That's what she said. Discuss everything and see how it works. Exactly. That's why I used the word I assumed, because I didn't have that discussion.
So when you didn't meet it, it's displeasing you because when you didn't have it 100%, you know, I sense some displeasure.
Oh yeah, I was displeased because that's not the Nigerian type of.
But it may not be the man's fault.
Yeah,
so you have to.
We're not talking about who is fault. We don't dig into it. We're not talking about the person, whether they're working very hard or they're not making enough money. That is inconsequential on this matter.
So I need you to say, depending on the man's strength, for the
no,
sake
we're not
of the
depending.
program.
If we had brought it out on the table, to decide if we're doing 50-50 or 70-30, then we'll be digging into what you're saying.
Can I say something?
Let me say something very quick. Let me say something very, 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 very quickly. My auntie, she schooled there in the 60s. She was very academic. Her husband wasn't, but he was the best cook and the best housekeeper. And her children were the best dressed children in school. And she would tell you to my auntie is 90 now, that man was the best husband she could ever had. You understand? So when we say 100%, well, for me, it's not about money.
Because
it's about complementing each other.
Her in the area.
Yes.
Okay, I can make the money. You can do the house. Fine.
Do the house.
But they worked well together. You know. So it's not always about money. You know. It's just complementing each other.
I think the basic problem is this day we are in, because for me, I provide for my own family 100%.
Yes,
100. No matter how much she makes, I provide whatever they need. Is my responsibility. Sometimes when she's telling me thank you, I say don't need to tell me thank you on that. It's my responsibility. If I didn't want that responsibility, I won't go into it.
Okay.
I won't go into it. My father did.
Yeah, Bembe, let me put the last question. You might still add to what you're saying, right? Am I still going to what you're saying? I'll ask the final question, which you would pick on and carry on with the conversation. Is friendship a must in choosing a partner? Must you find that friendship in that person before making them your partner? Yes.
Yes, for me.
Yes, for me.
Okay, and did it play a role in your current relationship? Did you make her your friend?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
She was my friend first.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
But
if friendship is a must,
marry your friend.
If friendship is a must in choosing a partner, why do you have these people who come back from abroad and they go straight to the village and pick a girl and say, I want to marry her?
And it's still
no. Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I say something on that issue of people coming back from abroad and they get a wife? See, before that person comes back,
abroad or anywhere, people just see somebody in the village and they say,
no. Before the person comes back, there's always an underground work from either the sisters, the brothers of the guy in question, or the lady in question is a friend to the sister. So most times when they talk, this topic of her comes into it. So when the guy comes back, he's not going there to look for she being my friend. He has had so many people take what their siblings or their father tells them about someone. There are people today that got married. They got married because their mother said, you see this girl.
So Ben, you're telling me that a friendship has been established by mentioning it to each other.
Exactly.
Friendship was yes, because he didn't just come back and pick her.
Proxy. Friendship has been
something has been underground. Something underground has happened.
Okay, can I say something? Ben, let's dilute this. IJ, Destiny.
Yes.
You were the first person to shout out, yes, definitely important. Explain what you understand by or tell us what kind of friendship would be in place to make a successful relationship or create a successful
Yeah,
relationship?
for me, friendship, you have to consider things people have in common. Just like you can have a girlfriend, and what works out for you people is that you have gotten to a level of understanding. The same with the relationship of opposite sex. You have to, for me, I have to make sure that our reasoning, we can talk, we can chat, we can understand, we can, issue things out.
So
good, bad, whatever.
Is there a time scale to this friendship you're describing? Does it mean you'll be friends for at least 1 week, 1 month, 2 months before going
There's
into
no time. There's no time, because friendship, when you start getting attracted to each other, is friendship first of all, yeah, and then from there you start growing in so many things. Some people meet today and they're like talking like people that they've known themselves for and some people, they want to go all the way, so
the friendship we're talking about here is the connection.
It's connection, yes, it's connection. That is friendship now.
Okay. Ati wants to say something. Ati, go ahead.
Yeah, I understand it's good to have friends and be friends with your partner, whatever. But I'll use I like using myself as an example. I've got a friend I've known for over 40 years. It's a lovely friend. If he calls me now, I will switch up Oche kitchen. I'll go and jam body, But I will never marry him because he's such a plonker. But he's my friend. But he's my friend. But I will never ever marry him. Never. Even if they paid me.
You
have
your reason. You have your reason.
Oh yeah. Because I know
not all friends are good for relationships.
I know him inside out.
Exactly.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
There are aspects where the person comes in, where you need the person more.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
On the other aspect of the emotional side, you might say, it might not be.
Nada.
Okay. So does that mean who else is done there? Izu, do you have a Faith? I haven't heard your voice. Faith, I know you're targeting us when we go offline, so you scatter this platform. Which is
There's
why not you better go offline so that she can talk.
I know we'll soon go offline, so scatter the screen today. Izu, what do you is friendship a must in choosing a partner?
That's the ideal thing, but it works for some. It doesn't, like arranged marriages, you understand? They don't have the opportunity to meet up with that friendship first. And at the end of the day, it works out for them. There are so many arranged marriages that are better off than love marriages.
Than the one they saw themselves together, yeah.
I'm telling you, honestly. So for me, it doesn't really matter. But friendship would have been ideal, but it doesn't work out like that all the time.
Yeah. What I've not been able to establish is when we say this is friendship. Friendship, I know it's connection. I've read it that to be connection. So you must not be friends. It's not the period when you're just being friends with that person, no sexual connections. That's not the type of friendship we're talking about. It's having that connection, knowing that this is my friend. There's a recent video clip I saw of a pastor preaching in church. It was on WhatsApp recently, a few days ago. It said that he doesn't agree with what we say that your husband is your friend. Your wife is your friend. No, they are not your friend. Your husband is your king and you are her. Obviously, the church is full of participants and they were clapping, they were happy.
That is his own problem.
And that doesn't, did you hear what I said? The congregation, there were thousands of them and they were applauding him. So there are a group of people out there who believe and agrees with that. Friendship is a must. But again, I have a friend who has an intimate relationship with somebody and swore that that person cannot be their friend. This is my lover and not my friend. On that note, there's that boundary. There are things, because her reason is the things I tell my friend, I cannot tell my partner. So there's that boundary. I don't fault the person. I do agree, because there are things I say to my friends I cannot say to a partner. But there's everything I say to a partner, the friend knows. and that makes that person a friend.
And that's where it comes to defining friendship.
Exactly.
What do we understand?
Level of friendship we're talking about, yeah.
Exactly. Being
so
friends
friendship
with
is not
your
a
partner.
must, in my view. It's not a must in a partner. Because everything is looking very tedious. And I listened to something on TikTok where they say that now they're talking about marriage, but let's use the word relationship for the sake of our conversation today. They said that it is hard work. You keep working it. If you don't work it, it would not work. So don't think it's easy. It's something you can work in and work out of. It is work and it's hard work. Let's not lie to ourselves. The ones that are working is because somebody's working hard for it to work. The ones that have not worked.
Yeah, relationship is work. Relationship is work.
It's work, and you have to put in the work for it to work.
You went to school, but they gave you certificate at the end of school. But marriage, they gave you the certificate at the beginning for you to go and work it out to get to earn the certificate.
On this note, we'll have to end today's segment. Thank you everyone for being here. It's been an interesting conversation, and I hope we've picked a thing or two out of it. Bottom line, for a perfect relationship, if there's anything like a perfect one, let me not deceive myself. For a good relationship, using that word, good relationship, you have to put in the work.
Yes.
You have to work it out. And if it's not working, you walk out.
Continue working.
If you can. Whereas don't work yourself to death. So if it's not working, you walk out. If you can, put in the work and it will work. If it's meant to work, it will work because you're putting in the work. Thank you, everybody. We'll join us again next week, same time, Saturday, for another interesting topic. Thank you. And for those who weren't here at the beginning, IJ couldn't join because she's still mourning her brother. And she'll join us after this season. The next season, she would have relaxed enough to be back. But again, life happens, life goes on. So we're still here every Saturday to chat with you. So join us next week Saturday. Thank you very much, everyone. I enjoyed myself. I guess it was a class. I had my pen and paper. I was making notes, picked up a few interesting things. I'm going offline now, and we'll have a bit of time to have a chat because I must hear what Faith has got to say offline. Thank you.